Yes, Ben, please.
Hi Rory, as you build up towards the Masters, is this a more important pre-season and early parts of the golf season because of the switch and the new clubs? Because normally you're of the impression that you don't always necessarily need that much range time and you can play on instinct. And then when you get to the majors, on a different note, have you thought about your signature colour for the final day, given that Tiger's already taken red?
Need to get to the final day first. I think the run up to the Masters this year is probably going to be a little better for me than the last couple, because the last, even in 2011, it seemed to work pretty well for 63 holes. I took 3 weeks off before and did the same last year, but this year I'm playing. So I'll play in Houston and then take a week off and then play again. So I'll have a little bit more competitive play going into the Masters, which I think will help me.
Yes, Mark, please.
Rory, I've been told by another Nike player that when Tiger plays in a tournament, they're not allowed to wear a red shirt on the last day. Is that written into your contract?
I couldn't tell you. But I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I've won in red before. I'm not saying that's the colour that I want to play in the last day, but...
Want a jacket?
What's that?
Want a jacket?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'd rather just wear something that goes with green.
David, please.
Rory, you were very strident last night in your support for Paul McGinley's Ryder Cup captaincy. I wonder if you're going to be at the players' meeting tonight expressing those views, and how you'll spend the time while the committee meeting goes on afterwards.
Yeah, I have a very strong opinion about this. I really think Paul deserves it. He's been a great player and a great personality for the European Tour over the years, and a great captain. I played under him at the Seve Trophy in 2009, and I thought he did a great job. And from all the captains that I've played under, I think he was the best. He took a lot from what Bernard Langer did in 2004 at Oakland Hills, and left no stone unturned. And I think he will just approach it the right way. He's also been a vice captain in 2 Ryder Cups, and the 2 Ryder Cups that I've played in. And he's been very influential in the team room, and he's always had opinions, and he's always had great ideas. So I would love to see him be captain. I'd be disappointed if he didn't get selected, and it's.
Is the players' meeting the forum for you to air those views though?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a tough thing because it's between the announce or the decision is between the players' committee, and I'm not even sure if there's anyone sitting on the players' committee who's going to make the Ryder Cup team. So you've got Paul Lawrie maybe, but you've got someone like myself and Ian Poulter and Luke Donald and Justin Rose who have all voiced their opinion that they want Paul on the team. So I'd like to think that our opinions are valuable to them, and that they make decision based on that.
Just like to make the point, Paul Lawrie is not on the tournament committee anymore. Back over there. Apologies. Molinari is.
Rory, last night you said you'd be disappointed if you ended 2013 without a major. Trying to forecast your year, is there any of the 4 majors you think you might stand a stronger chance in more than the others? And I'm assuming you take any of the 4, but is there any one in particular you think you might have a better chance than the other 3?
Not particularly. Looking at it, I know the US Open that I won was a little different than others, but I always thought that the US Open might have been the one that I struggled to win just because of the way the course sets up, but usually by the USGA. But this year you've got the Masters as always at Augusta. You got Merion, which I've never played before. Muirfield I've never played before, and Oak Hill I've never played before. So, I guess not having any experience around those golf courses, I couldn't really tell you. But as you said, I'd take any one of the 4 right now. I'm not picky.
Yes, Rex.
Rory, Tiger was just in here talking about your relationship with the 2 of you and how it kind of started here last year when you played the 9-hole practice round. Can you talk about how it's sort of grown over the last year?
Yeah, I think just we've spent more time together, which started here last year, just because we've been paired in tournaments, and if not been paired, have been in tee times that are close to each other and seen each other on the range a lot or whatever. And it's been great. It's been great to get to know him. Before this time last year, we would say hello in passing, but not really anything else. And I think once Tiger sort of gets to know you and trusts you, I guess, and lets you in, then it's great. And we get on really well. We share the same interests. We're both big sports fans, and that's sort of the bulk of our conversations is about sports. And it's great to just spend time with him and pick his brain about a few things if I feel I need to. So, but it's a relationship that's definitely based on respect, because he's been a huge hero of mine. Growing up, and he's done some incredible things in golf, and I think he respects me for what I've done on the golf course too. So it's good.
Steve, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to get kind of your generic thoughts about the Desert Swing. It's probably other than those events at the very end of the European Tour schedule, these three events probably the strongest in succession on the European Tour, and with fields that match or are superior to the U.S. Tour this time of year.
Yeah, I guess it's a perfect. I always thought it was a perfect place to start the year, because I would always come to Dubai just after the New Year and start to practice, and the weather's always good, and the facilities are great, and I just think it's a great place to start to start the season. And you play three great golf courses, especially here in Dubai are really good golf courses. Qatar can get a little windy from time to time, but I think the guys really enjoy it. It's a great 3-week stretch, and it's a great way to start the year.
Yes, Paul, centre, please.
Rory, you just said it again. You've said many times that you idolize Tiger coming up. I'm just curious how you feel his game when you play with him now and see him up close. How does his game match up with that game that you saw from afar as you were coming up?
I think it's very similar. He's had to change a few things because of injury and everything, and his swing shape has definitely changed over the past few years, from Butch to Hank to Sean now. But it's still, I was saying in another interview before this, you can really see he's just a really good pro. He gets his way around the golf course, and he hits really solid shots. Doesn't take too much on when he doesn't have to, but when he needs to, he can. And he can look like he plays average and still shoot 67, which is a sign of a really good player. So yeah, he's really experienced, and he knows how to get his ball around the golf course, and he still hits some unbelievably impressive shots. So he's still got it.